Take it away, Brett.
Take it away, Un. We're back. It's this week's Shotcast. Help me out, Nick. I don't want to keep singing this stupid song because we didn't plan an intro, even though we had 2 weeks. Okay, I'm done.
You have a lovely singing voice.
You're so weird.
I know, big buddy. But you know what?
What?
It's been 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Yes, it has.
I just said that.
It's been 2 weeks since we recorded, and I have a good feeling about this one. And we're not going to tell you why, are we, Brett?
No.
As a matter of factly, this may be one of our best ones yet because, well, personally, I think I'm over the whole structure thing. I don't know about you.
I just like to talk.
Well, think about all the conversations that you and I have had multiple different times, whether it be on...
Usually it's over Discord when we're not even recording.
I know. We have the best conversations, and then we bring it into the podcast here, and then Brett and I don't actually have good conversation. But one of the things that prompted me to think this way is because I did a podcast interview with my friend Leo last week, and it was like literally just a conversation between 2 people. It was amazing.
Yeah.
I think that's how it should be.
I agree.
I think Brett and I, we really do like to talk with one another, and we talk about a lot of different things. I don't know why we haven't done that before. Why did we think this needed to be structured?
I don't know. It was you.
I mean, it was me.
It was yeah.
No, it wasn't. You were going along with all of it.
It was you, Nick.
See, this is what I mean, though.
What?
Brett never has anything fun to say.
What? I don't. Why? What is there to say that could be fun?
Fight me. Have a banter with me. Fisticuffs.
There is no banter with you because I agree. Yeah. We structured it, and it sucked. Actually, when we first started doing this podcast, we didn't really know what the hell we were doing. We were just talking. That was probably the best.
We never started like that.
Yeah, we did.
No, we didn't.
You wanted banter. Here's your banter.
Well, fine.
You
Fine.
piece of shit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, bring it. Brioche.
Brioche bread?
Brioche bread, yes. You're just full of carbs.
Bring it on, brioche bread. Anyhow, welcome to this week's episode of the Shotcast. My name is Nick.
Shouts to the Shotcast. My name's Brett.
And we are here
I'm drunk.
to talk about this week's top news while taking shots of, well, liquor,
Beer.
I guess whatever we choose to do.
Spotted cow. What are you doing? Stop. What are you doing? You're being weird. Why is with all the foam? Why you... Do you know how to drink? Are you 21?
No, I'm 24.
Well, learn how to drink your damn beer.
Jeez.
Foaming everywhere. God. He says he's from Wisconsin.
Just take it easy, man. Anyhow, as we always give our reminders, thank you for joining us for this week's episode. Remember, you can follow us on social media at on Instagram at @the_Shotcast and on Facebook at the Shotcast WI for Wisconsin. You can listen to all of our past episodes, present and past. Why did I repeat myself?
I don't know.
You can listen to all of our episodes, present and past, on theshotcast.com and Apple Podcasts.
Correct.
And Stitcher.
Correct.
How's that Spotify coming along, Brett?
They'll never will be.
Brett's been working on getting us on Spotify for a good, 7 months now.
Never worked on it.
Nope. And we haven't really posted much on our social media. Why is that, Brett?
I really don't care about Spotify. And I don't care about social media. Probably half the reason why we don't see a lot of stuff on social media or Spotify.
I'm the one leading that charge, of course. But, Brett...
Yeah, because Nick loves social media. He has a boner for social media.
That's what I do for a living, Brett.
Yeah.
And it's
you got a big old boner in your pants for social media.
How are people supposed to know who you are and what you do if you don't leverage some of the largest and free tools that we have to do so?
Tell that to the people that lived in the 80s and 90s.
Brett, the only reason that we're going on these trips and I'm speaking and all this stuff for the business...
Social media. It's media. Brett, you gotta get on LinkedIn. Brett, you gotta get on Twitter. Brett, you gotta get on Facebook and Instagram. No.
Never. I never will. Ever. It's a virus.
Well, you
social
know what?
media.
You know what?
What?
You're not coming anymore. You're fired.
Oh, that's like the 25th time I've been fired now.
But no, Brett, my personal brand I've constructed is because of social media. And that, honestly, is how you get...
And where would you be without it?
Probably not doing all this neat stuff.
Oh. So you're saying that you don't think that you could have done without social media?
No.
I beg to differ.
No, I told you 70% of all the opportunities that I've had over the past year
Beg to differ.
have been because of LinkedIn.
I beg.
What do you mean you beg to differ? You've been on this freaking roller coaster with me since it started. How do you beg to differ?
I feel like it would have been easier for you to do it without social media. Social media is so saturated, everybody's trying to get a leg up.
Brett?
Back in the day, nobody was trying to get a leg up. They're
Brett?
just all happy, hunky-dory, working at their jobs.
This is a personal vendetta you have.
What?
Yeah, this is personal for you. I'm telling you, 70% of the opportunities that have come my way have been for LinkedIn, and you just don't want to believe it.
Yeah, and if you didn't have LinkedIn and it was like back in the 80s and 90s, 70%
Well,
probably would have came from something
Guess
else.
who liked...
Radio advertisements,
Guess who
billboards.
liked one of my LinkedIn posts the other day?
Michael Jackson.
You. Thought you weren't on LinkedIn, Brett. Thought you hated it all.
Yeah, I went on there for 5 seconds.
Oh, okay.
And I'm like, oh, I better like his post or else he'll hate me.
Yeah, you know what? My last LinkedIn video I made got like, almost 20,000 views.
Good for you.
Why do you hate...
Why didn't you hit a million?
What is the matter with you? Why do you hate social media so much?
It is a cancer to the human race.
Why is it a cancer to the human race?
Because look at how much our society has changed ever since social media came around. Ugh! It's disgusting. Anybody can voice their opinion, but well, guess what? I don't think everybody should be able to voice their opinion. Some people's opinions suck ass.
Did I tell you what Randy Zuckerberg said at that conference I went to in Seattle?
No. Oh, yeah, you did. That's
Where
yeah.
she said, oh boy, we're developing this cool thing called Facebook. We're giving everybody a voice. 10 years later, oh no, we gave everybody a voice.
Yeah, and then some people should not have a voice. Some people
Karen
should
down
actually just live their
everybody
lives and die.
everybody thought Karen down the street was a real good neighbor, always baking her apple pies until she got on Facebook to fight the vaccination folk.
Yeah, well, you know what? I'm being hypocritical because I'm voicing
Karen
my
doesn't
opinion.
exist, by the way.
I'm voicing my opinion right now, so I'm being very hypocritical.
And
I'm on a platform where I can just voice my opinion. That is enough. PC.
If you think about it, Brett, your podcasting is actually a form of social media.
Yeah, drink that beer. God. Yeah, slam it on the table like our mic isn't attached to the tables.
This is essentially a form of social media that you're using.
You're right.
So by proxy, you
But I don't have to look at it every
pot
day.
calling kettle black.
I don't have to open my phone up every goddamn morning and look at it and be like, does everybody like me?
Brett,
my fake life?
Brett, you're on Facebook a lot.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you are.
No, I'm not. I go on there like 5 seconds and then it leaves me on there for half an hour.
Why do you go in to begin with then?
Just to see if there's any funny memes that got their 5th floppy seconds.
I was going to say, but you're the one that tells me that's where memes go to die. So
That's
why would you
where they go to die.
Why
Maybe
would you
I
go on to
missed one.
Facebook to begin with?
Because I want to see all those stupid ass baby boomers that are posting stupid shit.
I'm not associated with this man.
Yeah, you are. Why do you think that's offensive? Fuck you, baby boomers. Pieces of shit. I'll edit that out. I just wanted to say it because it's fun.
Did it feel good?
Yeah, it did.
Did it?
It did.
Anyhow, I don't know how we got on that talk of social media.
No structure.
Yeah, wouldn't you know it? Shall we do another cheers?
Why am I picking up my...
Such a struggle.
Cheers, shot to the Shotcast.
I've been studying Cockney accents. Did you know that?
Why?
Cockney baby. I can't. Here, I'll show you what I've been looking up.
Why have you been studying Cockney accents? Why?
Oh, because the girl at the front desk
Yes.
emailed me the other day, and she's like, "Good morning to you, good sir." I'm like, "Oh, I'm going Cockney on her ass." And I was like, "Hello, madam. Would you like some tea?" And then you get Cockney Uncle Fred here, and he'll translate it for you. Uncle Fred says,
All right, geezer. What's your cock, man? And would you like some tea, sort of, mate?
Let's do another one.
How did you
Do it
find
again.
this?
Do it again. What do you want Uncle Fred to say?
I don't want Uncle Fred to say anything. Uncle Fred
Okay.
needs to go away.
I love doing this podcast with my best friend.
Ain't that endearing?
Let's see what he says.
Lord love the duck. I love doing this podcast with my best friend. Know what I mean?
And you were sending this to people at work.
Yeah. Yeah, so my emails were like, Lord love the duck. I love doing this podcast with my mate.
Sometimes, Brett, I don't get
Like,
it.
I'd be like, some people that I can, like, actually joke with.
You spelled attached wrong.
I did 3 T's. Oops.
Jeez
What
Louise.
the fuck is going on? Just let me replace it. Attaches a file of the spreadsheet, for example.
Blimey! Attaches a file of the spreadsheet. Enough said, yeah?
And they'd be like, what the fuck, Brett? You know, in the long run, I'm giving life to this office. And I'm giving humor and joy. You know.
Thanks for sharing.
Blimey!
No! We're done.
No! No, mate. Blimey, having a love, mate. Fish and chips, are ya?
Get me out of here. Get me out of
Get me
here.
out of here! Nah! Nah! I want him from the graveyard.
Okay, enough of that. So, let's maybe talk about some cool things that happened this week, shall we?
Lots of cool things.
Okay, I'm done.
You're gonna keep doing this fucking accent. We're done. We're done. Yeah, choke on your damn spit.
I'm done.
No, you're not. You're gonna sneak it in there again.
I'm done, mate.
You gonna do it again?
No, I won't. I'm serious. I'm done now.
You sure?
I'm actually done. Yes.
We're done.
Yes, I am done. I'm done. You can trust
Okay.
me.
Well, the first super cool thing that happened. You're a mess.
No, I'm not. I just dropped something. Jesus.
The first super cool thing. Are you ready, Brett?
Oh, is this structured?
No, I'm telling you. Brett has been picking on me the moment I walked in the door this afternoon. Why is that, Brett?
Because I haven't been able to pick on you the whole week.
Anyhow, no. Did you actually hear about the unveiling of the Apple Card this week?
Yes, you told me.
I did tell you, but I didn't tell you the actual details. Now,
I have
did
no idea what it's doing.
You don't.
No.
Well, Apple, you know, how long have I been saying, you know, me being as techie as I am, how long have I been saying that Apple hasn't done anything innovative or disruptive in years?
You said ever since Steve Jobs died.
Correct, because all they've been doing is they've been reinventing the iPhone, which makes sense because they're a hardware company and they, you know, that's a majority of their revenue is hardware sales.
Correct.
However, for the first time, I think since Steve Jobs died, they've done the most innovative thing that this is good. This is a game changer, people. What they did this week with Apple Card. So, because Apple likes to make things as simple as possible, Apple Card stands for the new Apple credit card. But this completely changes the way that we're actually going to be using credit cards, I think.
Oh, Goldman Sachs powers it?
So, well,
Oh, they're like a conglomerate.
well,
though.
because in order to issue a credit card, you have to have a bank like that back it.
Wait, so I can't do one because my Summit Credit Union probably doesn't back it?
What do you mean?
Like, you have to have your bank back the Apple Card. Did you mean that?
Well, Goldman Sachs is the one that's backing Apple Card.
Oh, so you can have your bank
They're
go
the
through that?
yes, they're the issuer.
Oh, this is a credit card. It's not like a debit.
Correct. It's a
Okay.
credit card. So, MasterCard is the processing company. So, yeah, essentially, the whole Apple Pay thing they launched a couple years ago that they were like trying to make a big deal out of that nobody really uses.
Yeah, nobody uses Apple Pay.
Well, I think people are going to start because how Apple
Wait, is this like Apple Pay?
And so it integrates with Apple Pay. I think it's going to cause more people to use it. So essentially, you sign up for the credit card on your phone through Apple Pay. So then you get the Apple Card. And then you get the Apple Cash Card. So essentially, their system is completely disruptive because you basically, every purchase that you make using the Apple Card, you get instant cash back on your Apple Cash Card that can be used anywhere.
Okay.
So I think it's broken down into, say you know, if you buy something, an Apple product, you get 3% cash back. If you buy any product but you use Apple Pay, you get 2% cash back. And if you buy anything using like the physical Apple Card that you can also get, you get 1% cash back.
Okay.
And it's instant.
Instant.
So it's not like, you know, rewards credit cards where you have to like wait for the points and all that stuff.
Is my gas going to be less money?
Why would your gas be less money?
Because my credit card currently depletes my gas amount, like per gallon. Like I'll go to the gas station. Sometimes it'll be 89 cents a gallon. Is Apple Pay going to do that for me?
I don't know. Maybe down the road.
This seems kind of stupid and kind of going backwards.
You just don't understand how it works, okay? So the whole reason of this is Apple is going to be making money off of this because they're avoiding every single transaction fee that a normal card issuer would have to experience. So essentially, they're creating money that's going to be funneled back to them. Like I read something that said for probably every $100 that's going to be spent, 75 is going to go back into Apple's pocket and Apple Cash.
Wow.
Yes.
So where's the rest of the money go?
What do you mean?
So if they get 75% of the money, then...
Well, no,
I don't
because
understand.
keep in mind, so what you're doing is you're making a purchase, right?
Yes.
Apple is not, you know, they're not getting any fees from that purchase, essentially, because they're the card issuer. So when they give you that cash back, they're creating money out of that. And then that money is going directly back to them if you buy something through Apple.
Oh, so it's like a digital fiat currency with them.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. They also have no fees to speak of. No international fees, no exchange rate fees, no penalty fees, none of that. And then it actually, they have some of the lowest interest rates in the industry. I think, you know, if you have really good credit, the interest rate will be like 13.24%, which is very low for a credit card. And then they actually, you know, they show you the rate of interest that you'll be paying based on the payment in real time.
Okay.
So, but again, you and I are people who always pay off our credit card, but to people who want to pay as little as interest as possible and still keep a balance on it, you can see all that information in real time. It will categorize all your purchases on your phone.
Some credit cards have really bad interest.
Yes. So,
horrible. I think I'm like 3% on mine.
I think this is just a game changer for the credit card industry.
Did you know some credit cards do the interest, not of the balance you have on the credit card, but of the max you can max it out at? So say you have like $800 on your credit card and you don't pay it off in time, but the max on your credit is $3,000. They'll do the interest of the $3,000 of the max that's on your credit card.
Why?
I don't know. Seems kind of illegal, doesn't it? Gotta read the fine print.
I've always hated credit card companies, and I make sure every month that I pay mine off because they don't deserve more money, in my opinion. But there's a lot of people in this country who do hold outstanding balances on credit cards, which I just never got.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, how they've designed this for simplicity, usability, they've engineered it from the ground up in so many different ways to completely change how we think about
I give it
payments.
10 years
10 years for what?
for this to take off.
Oh, no. This is going to take off in the next 1 to 2.
Okay, VR.
Brett, I'm seriously. This is going to kill credit card companies.
I don't know, man.
Okay.
How many people have freaking Apple phones?
A lot.
You're going to need at least 80% of the population to have Apple phones to make this take off.
But they make it so easy because it literally is creating a digital credit card on your phone.
God, I got to clear my throat.
And it's secure because it does a rotating credit card number, so it's never like the same
Here.
thing.
Okay, what percentage of the population has Apple phones? Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
In 2017, forecasters predict that around 223 million people in the U.S. will will be using a smartphone, which accounts for
90
that's
million.
a smartphone.
Yes, 90 million
A
people.
smartphone can be Samsung or Apple.
It says 90 million people will own an iPhone.
Oh, 90 million of that will own iPhones. So 90
Yes.
out of the 223 million.
Yes.
So what is that? What percentage?
The
is that?
percentage doesn't matter, but
It does.
why?
What are you talking about? You're not
Why
getting,
does the-
now you're not getting what I'm talking about.
No, I'm not.
What don't you get right now?
I don't get why the percentage of that matters. We know it's 90 million people.
40% of people own iPhones.
Mm-hmm.
So 40% of the population, it's not going to take off if less than half the population owns iPhones.
I think you're wrong.
Well, okay. So you think because of this, people are just going to drop their smartphones like Samsung and stuff and buy Apple phones?
No, but I think you can still sign up for the credit card without owning an iPhone. And they give you like a physical titanium card.
Oh my God, it's like the fire guy.
No, it's not like Magnesis.
Yeah, it is.
No, it isn't.
Yeah, it is.
No, it isn't.
Be part of the Apple Club. I don't know, Nick. I don't know. The more you talk about this, the more I'm like, I think it's just going to flop.
I think it's industry changing, and especially when they start integrating it with Siri and a couple of their other applications. I think it's game changing. I think they're completely reshaping the concept of the credit card as we know it in transactions.
Okay, we'll see, I guess.
At least
How
that's
lo-
from
how
my
lo-
standpoint.
How long do you think
How long do I think what?
for it to take off?
1 to 3 years.
Okay,
I,
fair enough.
I read this guy I follow on Twitter, Brian Ramble. He predicts that in 10 years, 10% of Apple's total revenue is just going to come from credit card transactions
10%?
of their total revenue.
Wow. I don't know. How much of the revenue comes from their phones, you think?
I would say way more than half.
Okay, let's check. What percentage?
Do we really have to sit here and search for things on the internet?
Not
in the middle of a
structured.
podcast?
We're just talking.
Yeah,
Looking up stuff.
The one I did last week, we never searched for anything on the internet.
You didn't do one last week.
I did one with my friend that I told you about that was unstructured.
Well, just because he doesn't mean we can't. Yeah, I forgot I was gonna type. Just whatever. What were we talking about? Why are we looking stuff up? This just distracts us.
Brett?
Blowing the.
First you argue with me about social media, then you don't believe in my Apple card.
You said you wanted banter.
Well, boy, oh boy, do we have it. I don't know. I think that this is going to change the concept of the credit card as we know it.
We'll see. Give it 1 to 3 years, like you said.
You really have to dive into the logistics of it in some of those articles to really understand it. But ultimately, they're creating money out of thin air with the cash back thing.
Okay. Well, do you want to go to the next one?
Not structured.
Shut up. I'm kind of like, at this point, I'm thinking, okay, we can argue all we want, but we're not going to find out until like 1 to 3 years.
That is true. What did you want to talk about?
Well, the next one's Article 13.
Do you want to talk about Article 13?
Well, we can talk about the stadium.
It's Stadia, not stadium,
Why'd that say stadium?
because that's what you typed.
That's what I put in.
It is
Oh,
called...
whoops. That's what you typed.
Nuh-uh.
Yes, it is. You typed that.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah, you did.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah.
Nuh-uh.
Okay, I'm not going to argue with you because you're just going to keep going, nuh-uh. I feel like we're going to talk about this a lot. Do you want to do this last?
Talk about Article 13.
Okay.
So we actually
This
talked...
is from the BBC.
I wasn't trying to do Cockney. I'm sorry.
We've actually talked about this on a previous episode. Why don't you give an overview of what it is, Brett?
Oh my God! Article 13 basically was like established. 2 years ago? Was it? A year ago? Probably a year ago. Basically, it's gonna allow, like, what do you call them? Music industries to pretty much copyright anything that involves their
Anything-
music. Like a second of their music is on a YouTube video, they can copyright it.
Any intellectual property.
Yeah. So, can you explain that to me?
What do you
Any
mean?
intellectual property. So any like idea or like any person of intelligence that brought up an idea or any business?
Movies,
Yes,
Music?
music, yeah.
video games. That's about it. Shareable mediums. Like
Wait
that.
a minute. So you're telling me that people in Europe can't stream video games?
If the developer says you're doing that for free and I'm not making money off of it, then yes, they can't.
Oh shit! Like PewDiePie and all them.
Yeah.
Oh no!
And because Google and Apple and Amazon and Microsoft and none of the big tech companies want to get sued, they're going to crack down on this like no other.
Great.
Because essentially what Article 13 says is the company then is held liable.
I mean, will this drift over into our country?
More than likely, because GDPR is headed our way for the most part already.
Great.
So
I miss the internet in 2005. Look what's happening to it. It's turned into a government thing. Like, it's being regulated.
correct.
Son of a bitch.
But yeah, so any medium that involves entertainment or intellectual property that can be copyrighted is more than likely now. But there are some limitations to it. Like they said, if you use the content for parody or something like that, then it's okay. But if you're using it to literally make a monetary gain off of it, like some of the streamers do and everything, you know, and people who post clips of movies and music to their YouTube channel or the internet to make money for themselves off of it, yes, that can be shut down.
I'm gonna be real though. I think the companies that partake in this and take money from streamers and stuff will eventually be hurt in the long run.
Why?
That's less. Half the reason people buy some games is because they watch streamers play the game, and then they decide to buy it.
Well, that's not saying that every company's going to do that.
Plus, another half the reason is people. The only reason people know about certain games is because streamers and YouTubers advertise it for free for them. And if nobody sees
Brett,
certain games,
again,
you're gonna have less
This
revenue
is-
and purchases.
This is only if the company that you know,
Yeah, I know. That's why I said
the publisher
companies that do
or
this.
the film production company or the record label decides to go after.
Yes, that's why I said the companies that partake in this will see backlash.
Well, I guess we'll see, won't we?
Yeah. Wow. I guess we're to that point now to where I guess we'll see. Guess we'll have to keep going next.
No, not next.
I just-
You didn't even go over it. I mean, this was
God,
Brett and I actually didn't think this was going to get approved, and it got approved this
Oh, I
week.
thought it would.
I didn't.
Oh,
I-
yeah. They want more money.
I mean, Google's not happy about it.
Why would they be?
Think about how much work this is going to be for them.
Oh, God, they're going
Can
to
you imagine all the videos that get uploaded, you know, per minute, second?
They own YouTube.
Right, I was
This
going
is
to say.
all
Think of
YouTube.
how much
Twitch.
Think of how much content. That
Amazon's probably pissed.
Think about how much content that they're going to have to flag and sift through now.
Even they can't even do it all now.
Right. So, you know, algorithms can only do so much. You still need essentially a human being there skimming through a lot of this stuff.
So when does this go into effect?
2 years.
God.
They got 2 years. So, I mean, I get why a lot of these companies that created this intellectual property want it, but I also think that just defeats the open sourceness of the internet.
Yeah.
And I mean, let's be real. Ever since the internet became popular, there's always been issues with copyrighted stuff. I mean, we watched that 2000s thing. They were talking about Napster.
Yep.
You know, I mean, it was the biggest illegal music download site in the world. And then, as you and I both remember, from the mid to late 2000s, we had LimeWire. So, like, you know, illegal...
Then FrostWire.
Sure, FrostWire. But illegal download of content and intellectual property has always been a thing. The only reason it's become less now is because they've decided, okay, our model is antiquated. They're figuring a way around it. So that's when they went to this, you know, streaming model and this pay-as-you-go
subscribing.
subscription stuff.
Yep.
Because that allows... That fixes the whole thing.
Yeah.
And they can still make money off of it. So,
That's all they're trying to do with video games too.
well, that's actually...
Stadia.
That plays into that, where you may not even be... I've told you for a while now that we're not going to be buying video games. They're going to do it a total online system.
Where you don't even own video games anymore. You just play them with a subscription every month. Like a cable subscription.
Well, look at that Origin thing that we had. Or that, you know...
Yeah, they're
I
doing
had.
it. Yeah, EA's doing it.
So, like, it's doable. But back to this. So, Yeah, I think Google's not happy, as they shouldn't be, because this is going to be a lot more work for them, and they're at risk of getting sued. Trying to remember. Well, like you said, Amazon, because they own Twitch, is going to be involved in this too. I don't really think Apple or Microsoft will be too much. They don't really. I mean,
Music.
I guess, but Apple does streams all their music legally, so.
Yeah, Microsoft and yeah,
I
don't see they'd be affected. There's nobody like.
I think the biggest problem is going to be YouTube.
I would say YouTube and Twitch.
Yes, I think
Those are the big targets right now.
those are the two biggest platforms that you're going to see this issue with, and I agree with Brett. I think if you're a company that's going to crack down on people for using bits and pieces of your content for entertainment, I think you're going to see a massive decrease in revenue.
Plus, we got Brexit going on too now.
Don't even get me started with that. That's been a shit show this whole week.
What is going on?
Theresa May should just step down at this point. They're still trying to come up with this Brexit plan. She's presented three different agreements.
Didn't it go into effect this month?
They had to decide something this month. She's presented 3 different withdrawal agreements, and they've rejected every single one.
What was her withdrawal agreement?
Well, the whole Brexit thing is them withdrawing from the EU. She's had to present these plans and the agreement to do this, and they've rejected every single one.
Well, maybe she should just quit then, like you said.
That's what I said. Actually, I think she even said, I think I'm just going to step down at this point. I mean, I don't really know. I mean, I only know like a high level of what exactly is going on with that, but I don't want to give people information.
So it got delayed.
Right.
Long Brexit delay depends on UK.
The whole thing of Brexit is just this rabbit hole that you can dive. Next time you go on YouTube, you should do Brexit videos and dive down that rabbit hole. You'll probably find some interesting things.
I did with John Oliver. It's just a bunch of freaking conservative dumbasses in UK that want to leave the European Union for no freaking reason at all.
And it was jerry-rigged, kind of.
Yep.
To where it happened. I mean, it's going to screw him more than help him, in my opinion. But.
Oh, yeah. They're just assholes.
How do we... Okay, so back to Article 13. Yeah, so that takes 2 years to go into effect, I believe. So that's how long Google has to get their crap together.
And look at that, the main picture, YouTube, on the article.
Yep.
Dude, how much revenue will they lose? Probably not a lot, actually.
Well,
does this pertain to like videos like that I loved back in like 2007? Will they have to be taken down? If they have a song?
Potentially, yes.
Oh my god. Shiz.
Well, there's no copyright anything in there.
Shiz.
You know, when you started making
he is.
When you started making your YouTube videos.
Well, an intellectual idea. What if somebody has Gucci purses that they're advertising?
When you started making, it's only for Brett. It's only for like movies, music, video game, digital media that's copyrighted.
Okay. All right.
Anyhow, you know how it is when you were making your YouTube videos.
Yeah, they yelled at me.
Yeah, and I told you don't.
I put a song on there like we actually discontinued your video.
I took a copyright law class in college that was terrible but very informative.
Yes, tell the audience of how bad it actually is.
It is
how we're all breaking the law right now.
It is the grayest area that exists.
What was it? Like you can't play a song in the car for somebody?
Yes, it gets down to the point where like, so I've told Brett this, so, you know, when you download a song, you are essentially buying the right for you and you only to listen to that song because you're the one who bought a copy, the right to listen to that copy.
Yep.
So if you're in your car and there's somebody else listening to the song with you, you're essentially committing copyright infringement in the eyes of the law.
That's like saying like you can't watch somebody's movie.
That's the same exact thing. So when somebody buys a movie, they are buying the right for them and them only to watch that movie. So if you really look at the black and white nature of the law, if you have a family movie night, you're all committing copyright infringement.
So the reason that they don't do anything about it is because everybody in the world commits copyright infringement.
Right, and that's why movies work well at the movie theater because everybody there paid to watch a copy of the movie.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, well, that makes sense.
So, but yeah.
Everybody paid to watch the copy of the movie. That's how you said it.
Because that's true. It's true!
It's true, I say.
So anyhow, but this actually kind of goes into what you wanted to talk about with this new video game system. Why don't you give everybody an overview, yes?
Oh, yes, Stadia. It's a Stadia. So, Google is rolling out their first ever console. They're coming into the console
It's
games.
not a console, though.
Wars. Just call it a... Oh, yeah, what is it?
It's a web service.
It's a web service, so you just go onto their website. It's kind of like a launcher, right?
No.
Like kind of like the Origin launcher?
They're letting you do this through Chrome. Did you read the article?
Yeah, but I thought it was console.
No. The only physical piece
You
of
can-
hardware you have is the controller.
So you can only play this on the PC.
Yes. Anything that has Chrome accessible. So, yes, a computer.
This is all through the web browser?
Yes, Brett.
thought it was an actual
That's why this
console.
is insane. Because if they can actually get this to happen, which they claim they can, this is...
Okay, well, I know everything
And
else
they're
besides
saying,
the console part.
Well, they're saying that, so, like, in terms of processing power, so this is all web-based, right? So they're basically saying that they're going to be using Google's server cloud network that's scattered throughout the world
Yes.
to make this thing function.
Usually, another cool thing is they're integrating Google Home into the controller, so it'd be easier to search and stuff.
But just for what they're claiming here, so they're claiming that, PS4 Pro has 4.2 teraflops of
right here.
processing
4.2 teraflops.
of power.
Xbox One X has 6.0, and Stadia will have 10.7.
Yeah, the GPU has 10.7 teraflops of processing power.
Yes, of processing power.
That's insane. And they're
We've
doing
never
that.
seen that before, and they want to get it. It's going to release at 4K resolution at 60 frames.
they're doing
and
it-
they want to get it to 8K
Right.
at 120 frames.
And
they're getting it up to PC levels.
And they're doing it on a cloud network.
On a cloud network. And usually, the reason other consoles have not done it on a cloud network is because the controller has to go through to like PSN on their platform, and then has to go to the games platform or their servers. What the controller for Stadia is doing is hooking up to the Wi-Fi, and it's going straight through the Wi-Fi, straight to the servers. It's like bypassing the middlemen.
Well, no.
Yes.
No, kind of. Not really. Kind
Yes.
of. You have to think about it weird because...
Okay.
So
let
they're
me think about it weird.
No, they're the hosting service, but they still have to make the... So from what I read here and what I gathered is they're allowing people to build games directly within the platform, which that'll make it seamless. The one thing they're going to have a problem with, though, is multiplayer gaming. Because...
But do you understand what I just said about the controller hook up to the Wi-Fi? It's just going to go... No other controller hooks up to Wi-Fi. That's why you have latency. This controller is hooking straight up to the Wi-Fi. There's going to be no latency whatsoever.
Fine.
Because
Great.
the controller is hooked up to the internet.
Right. But my point with this is...
Okay.
It's going to be very easy to play games that is already stored on their servers.
Yes.
On their cloud network. The problem is going to be multiplayer gaming because they're going to be streaming from their network a 4K game in 60 frames per second resolution, but then also making calls to the developer servers for multiplayer gaming.
And that's exactly my point. The controller bypasses
What does
that.
the controller have to do with you doing multiplayer gaming because they're going to be
Because the controller's,
streaming something?
the controller's hooked up to the Wi-Fi can go straight to the host service, the host server. Do you get what I'm saying?
No.
The controller does not have to go through their service. It can go straight to the host service.
What does the controller have to do with the stability of also doing a request?
Because so if you have a PSN controller, a PlayStation controller, the controller has to send the signals to the PlayStation, then it goes from the PlayStation to PlayStation Network, then to like Fortnite, if you're playing Fortnite servers. With this, the Stadia controller, it's hooked up to the Wi-Fi, and it goes straight from the Wi-Fi to Fortnite servers. It doesn't have to go to a console. It doesn't have to go to PlayStation servers. It doesn't have to go to...
I'm not talking about the controller mechanism. I'm talking about their ability to, quote-unquote, stream a game at that level of quality in a multiplayer environment where you're making that many call requests to a separate server, funneling that back through this environment they have out to you in that quality. That's the problem.
Did you see what they said? It'd take about 30 megabytes per second. internet speeds.
There's people around the country who don't have that.
Yeah. Sucks to suck. Get better internet.
Well, anyhow, I told you a while ago that we're going to see the end of console and disc-based gaming as we know. We're already there. Let's be real.
Did you watch the video on this?
No, I didn't watch the video.
So he's playing Assassin's Creed on his TV, right?
Right.
Goes to his laptop, plays it on his laptop.
Right, because it's all through Chrome.
Goes onto his phone, plays it. It starts off where he left off
Oh, seamless.
on the game. Like he's playing the game, he's walking to a person, he drops that device, picks up the next one, he's walking to the same person.
Well, I'm sure you have to go into the application.
Goes onto his phone, walking to the same person.
I'm sure you have to go into the application and load it.
You didn't even watch the freaking video, did you?
No. I don't need to watch the video.
How fucking dare you?
I don't need to watch the video. But what I can tell you
Is you have a very set sort of skills. Is that what you're going to say?
No, Brett!
No, Brett! No!
Brett, why you hate me?
Ow! Why you do that?
Because you're mean.
You're mean. Here. Fucking watch. Watch him! It's on the laptop. Now my arm hurts.
On that laptop whatsoever, and the game is running directly from our data center. It's then easy and instantaneous to move that same game experience from exactly that moment onto the phone, here on a Pixel 3 XL.
Because it's all internet-based.
Yeah, Nick.
Once again, no loss in quality, and we can go
What?
straight onto the desktop PC. We actually went to buy the least powerful PC we could find here. And we could enjoy the same vision that the developer had, the same high-quality 1080p stream at 60 frames per second, and the full game vision, regardless of the hardware that you're using. And then it's once again seamless to go from running on our PC to running on a tablet. In this case, once again, running the Chrome OS on a Pixel Slate.
All right. I'm sold.
Yeah,
but
that's cool.
My point, well, because it's all being done through a web browser. Mm-hmm. So, like, I mean, this is the end to console-based gaming as we know it. If this works.
PC gaming as we know it.
I mean, because think about how many partnerships and developers that they're going to have to convince to hop over to this.
Why wouldn't you not hop over to that?
Well, because it sounds like the model for payment is going to be a subscription model.
It all depends on what people want to do, because I personally like owning my games. I don't like to pay a subscription and just play
But I think
willy-nilly.
I think their whole model is just subscription.
I know it is. It's going to kind of suck. I hope they give the chance of buying
Because
games.
if this works, and
it's like they're creating Spotify for video
right,
games.
because if this works, you don't need a beefy computer anymore. No, you don't need a computer with a high processor or graphics card.
Because their servers do it all for you.
Correct.
Oh.
That's crazy. Okay, this is more innovative than the Apple Card. What am I kidding?
Yeah, I'm like, what is he talking about credit card for? Fire Festival looking thing.
But no, this is going to change. Fuck you, Brett. This is going to change video games as we know it, and I think a lot of other things. Imagine if you apply this technology to TV.
I didn't.
Well, okay, we do have that for TV. Who am I
do.
kidding?
Wait, I didn't fully read it then because I was thinking there was a console.
No, there's no
not.
console.
It's
It's
just
all done
all
through
on-
the web browser.
yeah.
because it's using their server space. It's crazy.
So when this comes out, we can literally just hop on our PCs and start using their service.
Correct.
Yeah.
You're not going to need a computer anymore.
I might do that.
You're not gonna. There's going to be no reason to have a beefy PC anymore. Because think about it, Brett. The only reason that we built this computer for you was to put a lot of stuff in it so you could run games really well.
The thing is, they did it all for us.
Right.
Yeah. They built like a billion beefy PCs.
I
for us to
guarantee you,
use.
Sony and Microsoft crapped their pants whenever this was revealed this week. Because imagine they go to E3 and they actually have this working and people actually play with it.
I think E3's dead, Nick.
Why?
EA's not there, PlayStation's not there, and now like Xbox is talking about not going there.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Did you know that?
No.
Yeah, PlayStation's not gonna be there. EA's not gonna
Why?
be there this year. Ubisoft's not going this year.
Is there a reason?
It's like literally just gonna be Xbox right now.
Is there a reason why people are dropping out?
You really don't need it anymore. If you think about it, we get our news on the fly.
Oh yeah, because
back in like the early 2000s, it was like it was needed because you didn't really get your news on the fly about video games. So a whole year would go by and you'd see the Hall of the games.
Yeah,
come
but
out.
they
That's like,
show demos there and everything.
but
too.
it's like you see ads all the time now. You see news articles every time you wake up.
But they show demos there and everything too.
But you can just do a demo on Twitch.
You can?
Yeah, developers do demos on Twitch all the time now.
And I suppose if they need to hold a press conference of any sort, they just do that themselves.
Yeah.
They don't need a
You don't need
convention to
one.
do that.
No.
Wow.
Yep. So E3's going the way of the dodo.
Didn't know that. I knew Sony dropped out.
Yep. Now E3, EA did too.
Huh.
It's kind of a waste of money.
It's about all I have.
Yeah, that was good talk. I like that. Good.
I know a lot of this probably didn't pertain to anybody, but you know what? I guess well.
You listen to us anyway because you like the luxury sound of our voices.
No.
No.
I actually hate Brett. Brett can go die.
Okay, great. Okay, well, thank you for listening, everybody. Nick, you got anything else to say?
No.
You always think of something.
No.
Okay.
Other than thank you for listening to us again this week. So being totally honest, yeah, we tried a new format again. I just didn't want to say anything, but try to make it more conversational, not have it so structured because it just sucks, especially when you're just.
I think next time
especially when we're not bringing guests.
when we start talking about Brexit, we probably went into that because we're just talking.
There was I got some thoughts as we're doing this, how we're going to optimize it for next time.
Sounds good to me.
But I liked this. I liked it overall. It didn't
I did too.
seem like so
it's
locked
felt more
down.
fluid.
So, but again, thank you for listening. Make sure to subscribe on Apple Podcasts. You can follow us again on social media, Instagram at @the_Shotcast, and Facebook at the Shotcast WI for Wisconsin. Listen to all of our episodes, past and present, on theshotcast.com, Apple Podcasts, and Stitcher. So this is Nick saying, can't wait till next week, right, Brett?
Can't wait till next week.
Say bye-bye, Brett.
Bye.
Now say bye-bye, Brett.
Say bye-bye, Brett.
you know-
Say bye-bye, Brett. Say bye-bye,
You know,
Brett.
fine. I will let you say goodbye in your stupid Cockney accent.
Good boy, mates.